Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Welcome back
Back to do another review for The Curse.
of Oak
That's
Island.
right, Season 8, Episode 11. We left off, they had the three different things today. The money pit, the swamp, and that serpent mountain. Those are the kind of focus of what they were doing on this episode. For the serpent mountain, they did a lot of excavating, digging inside, and they realized that it was more or less, it was just spoils from, they think, the money pit. They're just moving stuff away from that area to keep it away. I don't know if that's actually true, because I don't know why they would move that much dirt that far away, because it seems like awful lot of work just to dump dirt. So they realized that there's no point in digging anymore there, because there's nothing there. So it was mostly about the money pit, drilling in the swamp.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were still.
No, I didn't want to.
So obviously the money pit, which is normally where they start off every episode. They kept switching the points on that grid map thing.
Yeah.
They kept switching the points to try and find the tunnel that past treasurers have made when they were around, like back, like in the 1900s, 1800s, during those times before they showed up, and they tried going around 200 feet because they found some pieces of wood, so they thought by going deeper they think they would find more evidence, but in this case they didn't find really any evidence of wood in 200 feet. So basically they switch the grid coordinate to a different section, wherever you can call it, digging at 180 feet, and they found some more wood shaped structure kind of.
Yeah.
So in which they indicate, there's more evidence of someone making a tunnel or a vault of something down below, and they think that's where they think the money pit might be, the treasure and stuff. But obviously they're still digging, so there's no confirmation yet about it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be hard for them to really find when they're digging these little tiny holes everywhere. Because if something is horizontal and not vertical, they might just be going past it or right next to it. Like, I think they really need to dig a much larger area to be able to find anything, because they find wood and then they don't find it, and then they give up and they move to a different location. So it seems like something's going from left to right instead of instead of just down. Either that or they're going right past it. I mean, who knows? It might be 10 feet away, because they're drilling these little tiny holes, and then they find wood, then they don't find wood.
Yeah, so they're still trying to map out exactly how this tunnel may have been done, because, like you said, one way it's wood and the other way it's not. So that they're just trying to figure out, like okay, how did these people build this tunnel? How did it look like? They have a good picture in their head, but it's just hard because of the coordinates. Because you have to be sure, like, okay, this is the right coordinate, let's dig here, but then you find nothing. Then you go back to the other coordinates, like, well, we found this. So it's just hard, but I have a good feeling, they're sort of, getting closer to their goal, and, trying to figure out exactly where the actual money pit is located. Now, transitioning to the swamp, we have our favorite guy, Gary Drayden, and the rest of the crew still digging out the stone road.
Yeah, and he found that gold. He found a knob, and he doesn't know if it's gold or gold plated or gold painted, but they found it was supposed to be getting it tested. So Gary's pretty excited when they found it. He seems to think it was from a ship. Now, how could he possibly know it was from a ship?
Right.
I don't know. It could be from furniture that was on the island. That I don't know.
The way it looked, it was really, it was small. So to me, it kind of had to look like something that would belong on a bureau or some sort of jewelry chest, something along those lines. But when they tested it, it wasn't gold. It wasn't gold or plated gold. It was what do you call them? Metallic, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, metallic. So in this case, it wasn't gold. I don't know how much something like that be worth. Probably not that much money. But it's a very interesting discovery.
Yeah, because they still found something that they know of. And was like, what is it doing? They're like, how did it get there? So that's just the fact that it goes to probably a piece of furniture is kind of interesting.
Yeah, and then they found the huge piece of wood. What do they call it? The timber.
Yeah, it had spikes going in different directions. So.
Iron spikes on it. So that was another pretty interesting discovery because they're probably like, what is this doing here? Why is this huge thing in the middle of the thing? So they think that might connect to the stone road or whatever. They think that might be a connection to it. And then they found another one similar to that, but it was a lot smaller. Just not even that far, a couple feet away.
Yeah, they're still going to dig that one up and see how big that was. It looked pretty small though.
It did.
I think it's funny how they're finding more stuff in like they found last season, the season before, they found a lot of stuff in Smith's Cove. Now this season they find a lot of stuff in the swamp, and they find very little of anything in the money pit. They find some wood here or there, but they're finding more structures in other areas other than the money pit. So
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see what they're going to come up by the time season. I know they're having a difficult time getting larger equipment in there, which is probably why they're digging the small holes in the money pit areas. Like they can't,
Yeah.
get those big caissons or whatever they call them. So, yeah, so far the swamp's been pretty cool. I think I'm wondering if they're going to find a ship, because they said there was something kind of on a scan or whatever in the middle of the swamp, and they keep finding all this wood in the rock, so they think it's a paved road, and like just a lot of different odd things about the swamp in different areas of it. So
Yeah, definitely. And that structure, I mean, there's not really much to talk about. I mean, they said it wasn't really much. It was basically just debris. Well, I guess you could say debris from past treasures, digging stuff up. But the thing that interests me though is, I'm hoping they're not making the same mistake as they did with the swamp, of how they drained it twice, they didn't look enough, and now they go back and now they find more. I just hoping they should have. I felt like they should have investigated furtherly, just to make sure there was nothing hidden underneath it, or
yeah,
make sure because that's happened with the swamp. I mean, drained it twice, didn't find much, but now they go back and now they find a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they should investigate the entire swamp just to make sure that they did the entire thing, instead of finding something next year or the year after. They keep having to redrain the swamp. I mean, they went from one corner to another. I think this is like the third spot they were on in the swamp that they found something else. So there must be more there than what they realized.
Yeah. So I think, but I mean, if the archaeologists say there's nothing in that structure, then there isn't. I mean, you always have to trust the experts when but there's definitely a lot of interesting stuff happening. And then the preview for next week, it looks like more evidence from the money pit, some more wood. There were a couple things from the swamp. Looks like they found some more things.
Yeah, so I think next episode is going to be probably more of the same. Maybe hopefully something a little bit more exciting. It seems like every week gets a little bit better. So
yeah,
I'm kind of having high hopes for this, even though the coronavirus kind of put a damper on what they really want to do.
Yeah,
and I think the following season, should be much better. That's what I think, anyways.
I agree.
Yeah, so I think that's going to do it. I think it's another decent episode. Nothing too overly exciting, but still intriguing what they've been finding.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna tune in next week for the next episodes. That should be episode 12. If you guys like this video, alright, if you guys are interested in seeing more, put your comments down below, and as always, hit that like and subscribe.
Until next time.